Good Monday evening, July 1st, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Wenatchee driver and two passengers were injured in a Sunday collision on Highway 97 near the Don Senn Interchange, also known as the Big Y. Warm and breezy weather expected through Wednesday with a heat wave beginning on Independence Day. All your weather details are straight ahead. A Wenatchee church leader was convicted Friday of felony assault for beating and strangling his former domestic partner. A jury found 50-year-old Isaac David Heckman guilty on 2 out of 3 counts of second-degree assault. Heckman is the lead pastor of the Assembly of Called Out Believers. That's a ministry that combines elements of Judaism with evangelical Christianity. His former partner told Chelan County Sheriff's deputies that Heckman struck her on multiple occasions throughout 2021, including assaults in which he choked her unconscious and left her with broken ribs. The jury deadlocked on a third assault count that alleged Heckman threatened the woman with a shotgun. Heckman remains free after posting $100,000 bail. Superior Court Judge Travis Brandt will sentence him on July 17th. Each conviction carries a potential prison term of up to 10 years. A Wenatchee driver and 2 passengers were injured in a Sunday collision on Highway 97 near the Don Senn Interchange, also known as the Big Y. The Washington State Patrol says around noontime, 20-year-old Abigail R. Danko was turning left from Greenbridge Road to travel south on the highway towards Ellensburg and failed to yield to oncoming vehicles. Her 2006 Jeep Liberty was struck broadside by a northbound recreational vehicle. The RV occupants were unhurt, but Danko, her 21-year-old passenger, Anna Braskett of Boulder, Colorado, and 21-year-old Angeli Shea of Seattle were all taken to Confluence Health Hospital with injuries. Danko will be cited for responsibility in that accident. Data presented by the Wenatchee School District shows multilingual learners falling behind in math and reading. On June 25th, Executive Director of Learning and Teaching Heidi Busk presented an update to the Wenatchee School Board on the performance of several grade levels in the spring of 2023 and the spring of this year. The district's strategic plan aims to get students reading on grade level by 3rd grade and on grade level or beyond by 8th grade in algebra. The data shows less than 25% of multilingual learners performing on grade level in math and ELA, except 3rd grade reading, which shows slightly over 25% of multilingual learners on grade level. Busk said the 4th grade students and above previously only received reading intervention or language support, which is no longer the district's model. Last week, the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority awarded a contract for $6 million to Cascade Central Construction for the renovation of Pangborn Memorial Airport's General Aviation Terminal. General Aviation includes operations such as search and rescue, pilot training, agricultural flights, and more. The remodel is set to transform the roughly 6,400 square foot hangar space to include an aviation and passenger terminal, as well as a pilot's lounge and space for administration staff. The remodel will begin in August and is expected to be completed by early spring of next year. When we come back, Wenatchee Valley College has a new interim director of concurrent enrollment programs. The city of Leavenworth has finally concluded its online competition, asking residents to pick a name for the city's new Vector truck. And 2 data center companies are suing Grant County over what they say are exorbitant property tax bills. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, Ons, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warrior products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
As sheriff, I arrested rioters, rapists, and mass murderers. Locked up human traffickers who preyed on women and children. On my watch, everyone was accountable. Despite being the Attorney General for 12 years, Bob Ferguson does not take responsibility for the rapid increase in crime and homelessness, businesses moving out of state, and jobs lost. And he thinks he deserves a promotion?
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click-It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of June, get to any Click-It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click-It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
Wenatchee Valley College has a new interim director of concurrent enrollment programs. Araceli Mendoza, who is a Wenatchee Valley College graduate through the Running Start program, will fill the position left by Maria Christina Monroe. Concurrent enrollment includes programs where students can earn high school and college credit at the same time, including Running Start, career and technical education, and college in the high school. After completing her associate degree at Wenatchee Valley College, Mendoza transferred to Washington State University, where she earned a dual degree in anthropology and digital technology. Mendoza has been with WVC in the concurrent enrollment program since 2021 as an educational planner. The city of Leavenworth has finally concluded its online competition asking residents to pick a name for the city's new Vector truck. In May, the city opened to name suggestions for the truck used to vacuum debris and sludge out of sewers and other submerged city pipes. From there, the suggested names were reduced to a top 5 and voted on through an online contest. The top 5 names included Sir Sucks-a-Lot, Vaccaroni, Waste Warrior, and more. This morning, all the final votes were tallied, and the city announced that the winning name was Der Schmutzmeister, a.k.a. the Dirt Master. 2 data center companies are suing Grant County over what they say are exorbitant property tax bills. Saby, owner of the Intergate data operation in Quincy, says Grant County overbilled roughly $1.3 million in the last 2 years based on an erroneous valuation of the property. Meanwhile, RS Titan in Moses Lake says it paid $396,000 too much on its 2023 tax bill, and also based on an incorrect valuation the previous year. The tax cases are being challenged in Douglas County Superior Court. Intergate filed a similar tax objection suit back in 2023. Coming up next, it's Bear Week here at the NCWLIFE channel, and in tonight's feature story, Leavenworth Special Services Manager explains how improvements to garbage handling are changing the playing field when it comes to black bears. Tomorrow's weather will basically be a carbon copy of today, with a heat wave arriving by Thursday. I'll have all those details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
It's vacation season. While a trip to Hawaii sounds great, we know what you really want is an inflation vacation. That's why Abby's feeds a group of 4 to 6 people for less than $26. Enjoy an inflation vacation at Abby's. You can be a superhero tonight and treat your family to Abby's famous hometown hero. This giant features our classic pepperoni, tasty Italian sausage, and crisp green peppers, all layered together for a legendary feast. Don't miss this July special pizza at a very special price.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Leavenworth is a major tourist attraction here in the Northwest, drawing more than 2 million visitors a year. Also drawn to Leavenworth, black bears, the native Cascade animals who normally shy away from people, but can become habituated over time by the easy availability of wasted food, unsecured garbage cans, and other attractants. All this week, we're looking at bear versus human conflicts in the Bavarian village. In tonight's feature story, Leavenworth's Special Services Manager explains how improvements to garbage handling are changing the playing field.
My name is Kara Raftery, and I am the Communications and Special Projects Manager for the City of Leavenworth. Leavenworth is located in prime black bear habitat. Statewide, there's about 20,000 black bears, and as far as the city goes, we have been seeing an increase in bear activity. From about 2019 to 2023, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife received over 430 calls regarding black bears, and on about 166 of those, officers responded due to either property damage or potential human-bear conflicts. As far as it goes to within city limits, we've been seeing an uptick in unsecured trash incidences. Food attractants that attract these black bears to our area is unsecured trash. So we have been working towards mitigating that with our collaborative partners. So in order to mitigate trash attractants for black bears in our area, we have recently leased and installed 55 Big Belly street cans, which is featured right here. They are solar powered. They have sensors which alert us to when they are filling up. And everyone's favorite feature is the foot pedal, so you don't even have to touch the handle. And one of the great things about these is our previous trash cans were only about a 32-gallon capacity for a long downtown corridor. These ones can do 32 gallons of compacted trash, which equates to about 150 gallons of uncompacted trash. So they can handle a lot more trash, which is really great during busy seasons and festivals when we see an influx of tourists. 10 of these have smart sensors, and that alerts our team to when they're nearing capacity, so we can make sure that they don't overflow, which helps reduce food attractants to black bears in our area. It's been a really exciting partnership with the Department of Fish and Wildlife, Waste Management, and several other partnership groups in sort of this education outreach effort that we have been working cohesively on and actively working on, sort of our bear-wise strategy for a community. So in addition to the Big Belly cans, in addition to the pilot program that we did last fall with the Defenders of Wildlife, installing we have 46 deployed 96-gallon totes in our commercial accounts, as well as postcards and outreach and videos. I highly recommend people go to the DFW site and watch their videos about living with black bears. We've been working with the Chamber to outreach for visitors so they know how to recreate when they come to visit and play in bear country. And it's been a really exciting process, and it's something we're continuously working on. We also have identified some areas in downtown that have higher conflict, and we've been working with them to sort of mitigate unsecured trash, and really that is those bear-proof totes. The biggest challenge that we're facing right now as a city is finding a bear-proof tote for our 300-gallon containers that we use for most of our commercial accounts. I think that most people, as a part of the community, love not only being a part of Leavenworth, but also appreciate the wildlife that we coexist with. So we have gotten some really great feedback, people interested in being more bear-wise or obtaining a bear-proof container from Waste Management for the residents. And even people from out of the area within the county limits have been asking questions. So we've seen a lot of forward movement and a lot of people willing to sort of be a part of that collective effort to be more bear-aware. And that's really exciting, and we're really hopeful that we can enact a big change by using those small preventative bear-wise steps.
Tomorrow on our program, you'll hear from Camille Stam, a lifelong resident of the Upper Valley who survived a frightening attack in 2022 by a bear that had grown unafraid of humans. Time to take a check now of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic final weekend of June, and here we are, the 1st of July. And it kind of felt like a July day out there today. Warm temperatures, but more of that wind. It came back yesterday afternoon and last night, and boy, had plenty of it today. But we also had plenty of this blue sky as we take a look outside our weather window down at the Wenatchee Valley. This shot from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera, and taking a look at our monthly temperature outlook as we make our way now into July. Here we are, equal chances, and that means equal chances that some of these days will be below normal and some of these days in July we will be above normal. So kind of a 50-50 chance that we'll see either of those happening. And as far as precipitation, we're already about 1.25 inches, just a little bit less than that, below where we should be. And it looks like for the month of July, typically a dry month, we aren't going to see much in the form of precipitation. So that fire danger is going to be real throughout this month. Today's high temperature, almost where we should be for this time of year. 82 unofficially, 83 is our normal high, 101 degrees our record, and that was set in 1987. Nice and mild this morning. I'm sure you felt that as you made your way outside this morning to work or wherever it may be taking you. 58 our normal low temperature, and 48 our record low, and that was set in 1979. Sun came up this morning at 5:09 and it sets tonight at 9:01. All right, getting you into those Tuesday temperatures, a lot like today, and as I mentioned earlier, kind of a carbon copy of today. 87s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 86 in Quincy, so a little bit warmer back in the Columbia Basin, and then 83s from Wenatchee through, or I should say Ellensburg through Wenatchee and up into Eniat, 81 in Leavenworth, and 82 tomorrow for a high temperature in Cashmere. And as I mentioned, almost exactly like today. Tonight we expect mostly clear skies, still a little bit of breezy conditions around. I think that will diminish after midnight tonight. Going to stay mild with low temperatures again right around that 60-degree mark. For Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. We've got high pressure all over, especially a giant area of high pressure out in the Pacific. Going to be kind of breezy once again for Tuesday and warm with temperatures in the low to mid 80s tomorrow afternoon. And by the time we get you into midweek Wednesday, high pressure in the desert Southwest and another high pressure area in the Pacific is going to make for some beautiful weather. Just slightly breezy on Wednesday. It's going to warm up into the mid and upper 80s. And then the heat is on as we get you into Independence Day on July 4th. Sunny, and that's really the first day of about a 5 or 6 day heat wave that we expect. Lower 90s. Our high temperature should be a beautiful day for barbecue or outdoor activities on Thursday. Friday, it's just going to get downright hot all over the western U.S. We're talking temperatures in the mid to upper 90s on Friday. And then for Saturday, look at the clear skies for Washington. Sunny and just downright hot, folks. We're talking high temperatures, yes, near 100 degrees on Saturday. That'll be our first triple-digit day if we do get there on Saturday. For Sunday, not much change. High pressure still in control of the western United States. Going to be hot Sunday. High temperatures still in those mid-90s. All right, your 7-day forecast. 58 overnight tonight. Tomorrow, just like today, windy, mostly sunny, 83 our high. Just a little breeze on Wednesday and 87. And then we are going to get hot. Sunshine Thursday right through Sunday. Hope you enjoy the 4th of July. 92 degrees Thursday, 97 Friday, 99 on Saturday, and we'll cool off just slightly on Sunday with sunny skies and a high temperature of 96. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
Punch their ticket to the playoffs no matter what happens.
Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in Tuesday, July 9th when the Apple Sox face the Edmonton Riverhawks. Coverage is brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, and our Gold supporter, the Town Auto Group. Apple Sox baseball also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Club Crow Bar and Grill, the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council, and AmeriCorps, your television home for Apple Sox baseball, the NCWLIFE channel.
And Carson with his first home run.
Dan Coons filling in for Eric Granstrom on this Monday. Trevor Larnach hit the go-ahead 2-run home run in the 8th inning. Unfortunately, he plays for the Minnesota Twins, and Minnesota beat the Mariners yesterday. The final was 5-3. For the Mariners, it's the first time they've lost a series at home since the middle of April.
To left center field, fading and down, a base hit. Castro's going to round. He will score. And Larnach comes up with a first-inning RBI single, and it's 1-0 Twins.
The way he's hit the ball lately with not a ton to show for it. Castillo got in on him. Great read by Willie Castro, too, here.
Yeah, this crowd gets on its feet a little bit for Luis. They give him some noise. All right, so Mitch Garver hit on the wrist, the underside of a wrist by a pitch back in the second inning. He had to leave the game. Mariners have lost their DH. Takes a strike. So Luis Castillo, today's starting pitcher, is in the order. Think he's going to swing the bat? He should not. Is that fair to say?
I think that's fair.
I mean, what does Scott tell Luis here? It's either bunt or don't move at all.
Yeah, I think so. You don't want him to get hurt. This is something that I know he has some experience in, but he hasn't been doing it.
Well, he didn't look exactly hitterish, but I think that is what you're hoping it would be. I mean, has a guy ever had that kind of a grin after striking out on 3 pitches?
And I don't think it really matters if you're 4 up or 4 down.
This one hung a bit. Austin Martin deep to left center field, and that won't be caught by Dylan Moore. It finds the wall. Kepler's going to round third, head home, and Crawford will not throw. Twins add on. Austin Martin RBI double, and it's a 2-0 lead. Nobody out here in the 5th.
We haven't seen Luis Castillo miss with a breaking ball really at all.
Broken bat liner into left field. There's a base hit. Martin scores. It's 3-0. Another great, lengthy, big league at bat from Jose Miranda, and the Twins cash in that Martin double.
Sacrificed a bat in the process, but you trade that any day of the week.
The 1-1. Chopper back to Ryan. Dylan Moore is coming home. Ryan bobbles. Tag. He's out at home.
I'm not so sure.
Well, Scott will wait to hear, and they want to challenge this. Let's see if Dylan Moore ends up being safe. Find out from Adrian Johnson.
Review. Call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Seattle retains their shot.
0-1 to Rayleigh. Ground ball. Tackled. Nobody's at first base. Rojas scores, and the Mariners, who have barely gotten it out of the infield, are now within a run. Out to right field. Blistered back by the wall. It bangs off the fence. Railing's coming home. Jorge Polanco, the former Twin, ties it in the bottom of the 7th inning.
He gets the green light, 3-0, and there's the fastball right in the middle of the plate.
And this one a rocket to right center field. Going back is Rodriguez. Still going. Rodriguez will turn, and it's gone. Trevor Larnach in the 8th inning. Homers to the right of dead center. His 8th, and the Twins jump back in front. It's 5-3.
And wrestle the momentum right back from the Seattle Mariners.
This one over the mound. It's going to be a tough play. Farmer bare hands and throws him out, and this one is over. And the Twins win the rubber game and beat the Mariners 5-3 and take the series and cap off a 6-3 West Coast trip. And the Twins are back to Now 10 games over 500 and only 6 back of first place Cleveland entering the off day.
Manager Scott Service afterwards said he was disappointed with the loss, but it wasn't because they weren't trying hard.
Really good effort by our guys today. We competed our tail off. You know, we're trying to figure out a way to scratch and claw, get back in the game, and we did. Just weren't able to hold them down at the end. And you look at the series, how it played out. You're right there with them. They got a couple big home runs late in games, and that was the deciding factor in this series. So, again, it's a team that we match up. Very similar teams. You know, obviously they got some big hits in this series, bigger ones than we did, and that's what decided the outcome of it. I thought the Rock today pretty good. Obviously, he gave up a couple runs in the fifth, and where we were at, having to have him in the lineup today, to get back into the game, I had to remove him in the fifth with the pinch hitter there. I thought the guys at the bullpen, Ryan Stanek's been really good for us. He left a couple splits up today, and that happens once in a while, but not for lack of effort or anything like that. Today, they got a big hit at the end, and we did. And I thought, I'm talking about competitiveness, the game that Rayleigh had out there today, I thought it was a huge hit for Polo today. Hopefully that gets him going a little bit, but just not quite enough. No doubt, it's a different game. I will say you're really into the game from the National League game, and managing that game is so much different. But, our guys stepped up. A number of guys threw the ball really well out of the pen. Stanley just left a couple splits up. And again, I can't give him enough credit. He's been really good for us.
Mariners have the day off today. In fact, it's their annual golf tournament. And then they welcome the AL East leading Baltimore Orioles to town as the 3-game set starts tomorrow. George Kirby will start for the Mariners. The Mariners' lead in the AL West is now down to just 3.5 games over the Astros, who beat the Mets in 11 innings yesterday. The final there was 10-5. Rangers crushed the Orioles 11-2. Tigers just nipped the Angels. And the Diamondbacks took care of the Athletics. So on Friday night, the Apple Sox lost 1-0 in 11 innings. On Saturday night, they lost to Bellingham 1-0. All they had to do is to win 2 of the 3 games to clinch the playoffs. Well, a remarkable comeback yesterday afternoon. They have almost punched their ticket to the West Coast League playoffs. Our good buddies Storm and Joel Norman has the wrap and the rather convoluted playoff procedure.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox pulled off the improbable with an 11-8 victory against the Bellingham Bells on Sunday afternoon, and they are in the driver's seat to potentially win the West Coast League's North Division first half playoff title. The Apple Sox were shut out back-to-back days on Friday and Saturday, and their bats awoke after a deep hibernation. After going 27 consecutive innings without scoring a run, they busted out to erase a 5-run deficit with a 5-run top of the 8th inning. The Sox would score 6 more runs in the top of the 9th and take an 11-8 victory against the Bells on Sunday afternoon. Now the Apple Sox will watch the scoreboard and wait. They are off on Monday. Port Angeles is at Edmonton one last time to wrap up the first half for both of those teams. And if Edmonton wins, the Apple Sox will still win the West Coast League's North Division first half title so long as they have a better run differential. And the Riverhawks would need to win by 16 runs on Monday in order to pick up the first half playoff berth. Wenatchee also would clinch the berth if Edmonton is unable to win and would lose to Port Angeles. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Wenatchee, by the way, is off today. They start their second half of the season tomorrow night against the Victoria Harbor Cats at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Don't forget, Wednesday night, July 3rd, is fireworks night. And to the West Coast League scoreboard, again, Edmonton won, so they're 1.5 game behind the Wenatchee Apple Sox with 1 game to play. Nanaimo knocked off Victoria. Cowlitz over Springfield 11-4. Portland defeated Ridgefield 8-4. Kamloops over Walla Walla 7-5. And Kelowna over Yakima Valley 5-4. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we're ready to celebrate America's birthday, July the 4th. Independence Day is Thursday. And, of course, the place you want to be is Walla Walla Plain Park, right where all the activities are going to be. And there's a lot of activities for adults and kids, and fireworks and music and food and cornhole and a beer garden. All the things that you need to know by Thursday afternoon and Thursday night will be handled by our good friend Allie Jordan on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.